I'm Deborah Johnson.
And I'm Greg Lavelle. Welcome to Action News Go.
Today we travel to one of Cleveland's most unique live music venues.
We look at our Cleveland Browns' past glory and hopes for the future.
Then we ask NASA, is there really going to be a Space Force? But first, with the record turnout for the midterm election and some votes still being counted, does your vote really count? Here's Josh Belvo with some answers.
Not all votes are created equal, at least not in gerrymandered voting districts. But what is gerrymandering, and where does the term come from? We spoke with Professor Robert Ellis to find out more.
Well, the Constitution mandates that every 10 years we have to hold a census, and the census is used to determine apportionment to Congress from the states based on population. When the Constitution was written, the thinking was that every district should be roughly 30,000 people. So as America grew in population, so did the House of Representatives. However, in 1910, Congress capped their number at 435, and we've been 435 ever since. So you could almost say it's like musical chairs. After every 10-year census, some states gain population, some states lose population. And so we have to redistrict seats in Congress to the states based on their population. Of course, people move within states as well, right, from the cities to the suburbs. So the states have to redraw their district lines. That's redistricting. Gerrymandering is when the state draw the district lines to advantage one party or disadvantage the other political party. In the early 19th century, the governor of Massachusetts was a guy named Elbridge Gerry. And his party, the Democratic Republicans, controlled the state legislature in Massachusetts. So when they were drawing the district lines, they drew a district around the periphery of Boston to pack their opponents' voters, the Federalists, into one district. And apparently a local cartoonist drew a picture of this. And to my mind, it looks like a dragon, but the pundits of the day said it looked like a salamander. And the governor's name was Elbridge Gerry. So we take Gerry and salamander and we get gerrymander.
Gerrymandering can be found all across the country, and the state of Ohio is no exception.
Today, there are a lot of people who are very disappointed with the system because it appears to be rigged. It appears to be a system that is not responding to the common needs of people. And that is not the intention of debate in our government. Unfortunately, civil discourse has resulted into a lot of name calling today, where it is having an impact on the public. And the results of that is that people do not see a reason to believe that they have a stake in the future to participate in this process in a meaningful way. And that should not be. And gerrymandering is a political strategy that is in place for the purpose of really giving advantage to people who have won.
New legislation is underway to change how the districts are divided.
Each state has a different process. In Ohio, we have a new process actually going into place for the 2022 districts after the 2020 election. And that new process, like for the state, will include the governor, the secretary of state, the auditor, 2 members from each of the 2 major political parties selected by the leadership in the Ohio House and Ohio Senate, to give a 7-member panel. And that group will decide, but there's some nuances to that now. It used to be just a majority would rule in those districting. Now there has to be at least 2 members of the minority party have to vote for that process to go through. If it doesn't, and if they come to an impasse, then there's only going to be 4-year districting instead of the full 10-year districting that has been done in the past.
With the Redistricting Reform Initiative effective in 5 states, our country is slowly working its way towards a political scene without the presence of gerrymandering. Back to you, Deborah.
I'm glad to see Ohio taking the lead on this important issue.
Let's hope it catches on nationwide.
On a tragic note, California continues to lose lives and property in what has become the most deadly and costly fires in the state's history. Authorities said late Thursday that the death toll from these fires has risen to 66 statewide. In addition, more than 600 people have been reported missing, according to the Butte County Sheriff's Office. Despite the grim update, cooler weather has helped fire crews gain some ground against these deadly fires as the search continues for more bodies.
Well, our hopes and our thoughts and prayers are with them. Well, the 2018 midterm elections continue a week after the polls have closed. A recount in Florida is underway in the race between Democratic incumbent Senator Bill Nelson and Republican Governor Rick Scott. Now, because the margin between the pair was so close, Florida law mandates an automatic machine recount. In all, the final tallies are still being completed in 8 states. The Democrats have continued to add seats in both houses and are projected to gain up to 40 seats in the House. However, many of these 8 states are just too close to call.
And we can probably expect some court action on a lot of them. Coming up next, where's the best place in Cleveland for great live music?
And are the Browns finally back on the road to glory?
Will there really be a Space Force? All the answers after this. Welcome back to Action News Go. With a huge influx of people moving into downtown Cleveland, the city's entertainment and recreation industry has continued to grow as well. Here to help you find the best venues for live entertainment is our reporter Gabe Wilson with this week's Concert Corner.
Cleveland rocks! Cleveland rocks! Cleveland rocks! Cleveland rocks! Cleveland rocks! Cleveland rocks! Cleveland rocks!
I am here at the very popular Mahal's 12 Lane Bar and Venue in Lakewood for tonight's show with Mr. Fabulous and the Bad Boys, Glendale, MC Lars, and headliners on their Futurama tour, I Fight Dragons. Let's see what people are saying. Have you guys been to Mahal's before?
Actually, no.
I have.
This is actually my first time.
Mahal's, I haven't been here very much in my life, but my mom was. She grew up around here and used to bowl here like 50 years ago or something. So I've been here with her a few times, but never for a show. First show here.
First show here.
First show.
Wow.
I'm here quite a bit, at least once a month.
Yeah, this is the 11th show I've played here. This is the 13th show I've been to here without, all considered. Venue's great, bar's great, food's great. It's just amazing. And the bowling lanes are phenomenal. They wax the lanes just right. Not too loose, not too tight.
Who are you most excited to see tonight?
I Fight Dragons, one of the best bands on the face of this universe.
I'm most excited for I Fight Dragons and also to play some music myself.
Yeah, I love I Fight Dragons. I Fight Dragons is awesome.
For tonight, MC Lars, absolutely. I emailed him for my kid's birthday, and he emailed right back a happy birthday email to my son, and he's going to perform on stage Mr. Raven with him. He's going to be in charge of the puppet. That's really cool.
Fight Dragons, that's why we're here.
Yeah, I Fight Dragons.
There was so much excitement for I Fight Dragons, I just had to see what all the hype was about. Luckily, I got an exclusive interview with the band.
The band was formed just about 10 years ago. We started recording the first EP, and it was released in January of 2009. So we're coming up on the 10th year anniversary of Bill playing chiptune.
Pretty much exactly 10 years ago, we were playing some of our first kind of friends and family only shows, trying out some of our chiptune experimentation and figuring out what it was.
What do you guys think of Cleveland?
So far, so good. We've been a few times. Yeah, I like it here a lot. There's a couple great record stores I really like. The Blue Arrow, I think, is the one. We've played the Beachland a couple times. It's a great spot. This is our first time in this venue, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Really an awesome room. So, always happy to come through Cleveland for sure.
My name is Bill. I play chiptune.
I've heard that Cleveland rocks. Is that true?
I do say it's true.
I like how the river's not on fire anymore.
The venue is super awesome. Bowling lanes, fried chicken, Nashville-style hot chicken is upstairs right now.
You're gonna get the poops.
I only got one of them out of 3. And the venue where we're playing is really cool. It's got this a cool vibe, if you will.
We are very far along on a new full-length album. Working on it right now, and we're really excited about it. It should be done maybe in the spring or so, something like that.
Yeah, we're actually doing a Patreon. We're calling it an album adventure. So at patreon.com/ifightdragons. For the past a little over a year, we've been releasing kind of works in progress on this album every week. And folks that are patrons get access to everything. We started with acoustic demos, but then we showed some of our kind of rough tracks from band practices, and it's been a lot of fun. People have reacted really well.
There you have it, folks. A look at one of Cleveland's finest venues and a word from such talented and successful artists. I'm Gabe Wilson, and this has been Concert Corner. Stay classy, Cleveland.
We will inherit the
Wow, downtown Cleveland really has come a long way in the past decade.
And speaking of progress, how about them Browns?
Well, I guess 2 out of 3 ain't bad, Greg.
That's 2 more than last year, Deb. To give you an update on where the Browns have been and where they're going is our ANG reporter, Mitch Owens.
Think they're going to make a comeback?
Got my fingers crossed.
Well, you better cross your toes too, Greg. They've still got a long way to go. And speaking of a long way, do you think visitors from space have been here?
I don't really know.
Me neither, but let's find out.
That's all for tonight. Until next time, I'm Greg Lavelle.
And I'm Deborah Johnson. Good night.